Welcome everybody to CCA League Reschedule Week. All the games that were not able to be played in the previous weeks, it's all happening here this week. Chark Attack and PSU Lone Rock Sirens is our matchup. I'm Kyon. On the mic with me is Jay. Now, before I highlight on the match, I must have missed some sort of takeover here. When did this suddenly become the Penn State takeover block, to say the least? What happened here, Jay?
Well, you see, I was just free a Sunday night, and I was like, let me just try to commentate, and sure enough, here I am.
We welcome you to the show. Though UNC Greensboro Chark Attack is gonna have other ideas here, as my phone is likely to be going off throughout the set. I hope you guys don't hear that. And of course, I'm the U of M alumni, so I have to figure out what's going on here. All that being said, Chark Attack versus PSU Lone Rock Sirens. The best way to note this one is both teams are basically kind of in a win-and-ins scenario here, but we got to figure out what is going to happen with Chark Attack's tiebreaker situation if they do just that. We got ourselves our keys to the victory here between Chark Attack and PSU Lone Rock Siren. Chark Attack looking to maintain coordination, of course, patience and keeping calm under pressure and giving it 100% of their efforts while having fun along the way. What can you know, Jay, about PSU's keys to the victory if you can?
I think here PSU needs to focus on working together as a team and keeping pain up.
Excellent, and the game is now live. Once again, Chark Attack needs to win the set to stay alive in playoff hopes. Penn State is win and in. If we take a look at the weapons here, right out of the gate, it is going to be pretty much a crazy mixture of weapons, to say the least. I like what PSU originally had to start until they started losing that fight right away, because that of course happens. Chark Attack gets the first point to start things off, Jay.
Yeah, Chark Attack has an early lead here. With specials online, they are going to throw this Booyah Bomb on the tent. Doesn't find anyone, however, and PSU is working to push their way back in here with the Kraken.
And can they find any value with this Kraken here? Nikki, of course, trying to build up that space, trying to find the picks that they can. They get the junior out of the picture, and that's going to be nice. Trizuka finds a lone Explo in the distance. Obscure strikes big, and that was
a great pick there. And numbers even here. They're jumping back, playing passive here. We're going to see Owen pushing up. Oh, wait, no, he plays back. And now it is at a stalemate currently.
Yeah, you get to see Penn State able to chunk this down a bit, point by point. They should be able to get the lead here shortly. All things considered, Jay, it's going to be intriguing to see how Penn State tries to work through this one out. We see them at 40 points remaining there, and we do and at this stage, Nikki and the rest of Penn State is just trying to battle their way up front, and as long as they're able to protect this point very nicely, they should be able to get that lead to continue ticking down. But Chark Attack's able to get control back and actually force penalty on the Penn State. There's that Kraken being used.
Yeah, there's that stable crack from Nikki finding a pick here. Can they get two? They got two. There's two. That three. No, two and an assist. Nikki's moving up by himself. He needs his team to rally here. He's alone up front. He should not be the first one up there.
Yeah. Nikki trying to continue on with this pressure very well, and Penn State was definitely making the most out of what they can. And now we get to see the penalty points are taken down very nicely. Trizuka was able to figure out the Forge Pro, and the other Trizuka is from Obscure, just trying to find the same way through. The Inkstorm being dished out here, and it is going to be all the triple ink strikes being thrown into that location. Penn State's able to still retain that zone. They do get themselves out of the penalty points just now until Chark Attack's able to neutralize and of course get the point back. Chark Attack has some penalty points and some more to get through, but Penn State's able to keep this pressure up. Nikki once again on the Kraken, able to get control of this one nicely, and now Penn State's back in the driver's seat once again.
Yeah, it seems like every push starts with Nikki's Kraken here. It's like the staple of this team. And now numbers are even. Nova, able to find a pick here, goes down to the Trizuka on the side of Chark Attack, and Chark Attack is rallying back and capping the zone here.
Yeah, Chark Attack's able to get that zone very nicely. They were able to coordinate their specials to make sure that they get the zone capped as much as they can and make sure that Penn State doesn't have a chance to fight them to work themselves in. I look at the weapons right away from Penn State. They actually got, as you mentioned, Nikki on that 96 Gal Deco, able to take advantage of the Kraken as much as they can to help build the space where Penn State's has been pivotal so far. I like to see if Chark Attack with their composition, which has that Booyah Bomb and Bubble, see if they can coordinate those to get together. And of course, the Trizuka shots, you're never going to go wrong with the Trizuka as long as you're able to land your shots nicely. But you can't get yourself put into situations where Nikki can take advantage of the Kraken. 2 down from the Kraken alone. Penn State's got the point back.
Yeah, and Penn State here, they are down a man, but they are still holding the zone pretty well. I say that right as Chark Attack takes it back here. And with all the space Chark Attack has available, they really need to push up here.
The real question is, are they able to do just that? Chark Attack was able to retain zone for a good period of time there, but they're still continuing to trade these zones one for one. So again, with Chark Attack, I'd like to see them take advantage of that Trizuka, which has already found so much value right away. See if they can keep this pressure up. They take this to a delayed triple. So now, Chark Attack, this is their time to continue to push up. Make sure you don't allow Obscure, Nikki, and the rest of Penn State to make sure they don't have a chance to cap this point. But they're throwing the Trizuka in an attempt to get the Junior, and the Kraken is there to build up the space. They're able to get themselves in there, and the Expo and the Forge Pro Zone. Jay, this is looking really good so far for Penn State.
Oh man, and just like that, they are 3 down, and Penn State is rallying right into their spawn here. Strikes are out, unable to find... Oh, they actually do get a pick on the rail here, and they are just continuing to steamroll on Chark Attack. Chark Attack really needs to regroup themselves and make one final push here before, and with only 10 seconds left on the remaining, it looks like that Penn State is going to take game 1 here.
Yeah, and this will definitely be game 1 there. And that's a really good start for the Lone Rock Sirens of Penn State, of course, taking home that first map to start this set. And again, Nikki's just finding so much value out of the Kraken to help build that space for Penn State to work with. Make sure you get the rest of Chark Attack kind of spread around a little bit, and then get everybody else rallying in. I just love their gameplay and their game plan, of course, so far. As we do get this quick little replay here of this last 30 seconds there. Yeah, there's just the 3 down from Chark Attack. All that Penn State needed to just move right up and then just take total control. Chark Attack just didn't have enough oomph left, basically, to get the zones back on the retake. So Penn State started off the set very strong, and I like what I'm seeing out of them so far.
Yeah, me as well. They showed dominance basically the entire game here, and with correlated specials, Chark Attack had little to no breathing room. They were always someone on their tail at every single second here.
Now, I must ask, I'm not sure if you have seen, of course, the Lone Rock Sirens play at all together as a team. Is there anything else you have noted so far? Because this team, they start off this first map very strong. They're trying to work their way through to a playoff position for in Division 3. Is there anything else that you'd like to know?
I'd probably say the main thing with the Lone Rock Sirens is that they struggle on more team correlated modes like Tower Control and Clan Blitz. It's just because half of them have been like, this is their first season together, so they're still trying to build that chemistry even through reschedule week. And it's really it really shows in some games here, but they have not been swept yet, so that's one positive they have for them.
Absolutely, and you mentioned Tower Control. This is one of those modes that is coming up basically for both these teams. Chark Attack, if they could take advantage of possibly the coordination flaws that Penn State could show, this could be a good chance for them to come back. But hey, maybe they would have cleaned up a lot of their stuff up basically. With all the practice that they have together. And this is probably a good time to see if Penn State's able to keep up with this momentum so far, especially with the fact that, again, just a playoff position is looming large for this group here.
Yeah, if there's one thing to note about these two teams is that neither of them have gotten swept, so we're here for a treat. Like, there's going to be points firing back and forth here.
And I would love to see if these two teams can just, volley it back and forth as much as possible. I would love it if a set goes all 7. I'm sure they don't want to see that for sure. So this is going to be a lot of things to know. I look at the weapons, by the way, in both for both teams. It's dueling sloshing machines, basically. I feel like this is a flashback to a year ago to see when these weapons have shown up. But nevertheless, though, there is going to be a regular splat roller on the side of Chark Attack. On the other side for Penn State, it's a 52 gal. I like a good chunk of these changes, but of course, both teams are still focusing on painting as always.
Yeah, this is a very interesting cup here. I would not expect to see regular machine on both sides here. That is very rare nowadays. But it's working for PSU Lone Rock Sirens as they find a pick here. But Chark Attack is rallying back with... Ooh, wait, Owen is the last one left here. But Chark Attack pinches him, and they are on the move.
Well, the word you would say that they would be rallying back, and then of course a little bit of a commentator's curse, if you will, from that happening, and that gotta love when they happen for sure. Chark Attack's able to get a quick lead swap, of course, with less than a minute left to go, and now they're gonna try to see if they get this Trizuka out from Bear there as well. Slosh Machine is trying to find a lot of value. There is gonna be a 2-down situation. You highlighted earlier on this one, rough team coordinate mode, that tends to heavily focus on team coordination. It's starting to show right now. Chark Attack is on their way to the second checkpoint.
Yeah, and you see, I like to point out JP here. He took the flank very well and hit Penn State where they did not expect it. And now you see them unable to get a pick there, but it looks like Penn State is going to clear this out. There they go. There they go. Had me hold my breath there.
I think both of us were kind of waiting in anticipation, and I think you may have also noted there, both shots were basically just trying to jump to keep that push going opportunistically, if you will. So that was a good hold there from Penn State. Penn State, at the very least, Chark Attack was just not able to clear the third checkpoint. But now let's see if Penn State is able to fire right back. I take a look at Penn State's composition. They do, again, have a lot of painting. They got Trip Strikes, the Trizuka available, and the Booyah Bomb. They got painting in spades, and of course, range to cover with the shot. So I like to see if they can take advantage of not just their weapons, but their specials as well. To note that, speaking of what, the other specialty, Killer Whale, just got used. Obscure does take out JP by the end of it. But at this point, though, Penn State just needs to get a push start, and here they go.
Yeah, and they had a lot of picks there. They should have been moving that tower a lot sooner, but no, they wanted to really clear out the front before they moved. And you see here, Nova is leading the way, finding a pick there, finding two, and Penn State's clearing them out, but JP is rallying back, holding the line there, and pushing the tower back in the favor of Chark Attack.
I have to do a quick double check on that, actually. I think JP actually stopped the Tower Rider big time, and that was enough for the tower just slightly reset it, which gives Chark Attack a chance to fight back and stop this tower. But hey, both teams had cleared through the second checkpoint, but the key thing here, it's a 2-down situation. Made that a delayed triple there, and Hypnola is basically able to get one of them. Beard 48 is out of the picture. Excuse me, as this tower is still going right along. Nobody's able to ride the tower because, again, the Booyah Bomb and the Trip Strikes were well placed. Obscure is down on top of it, and that 2 down made that delayed triple again. And this tower is going to go back to resetting there. Corbinator is trying to make something happen and won't be able to. It is going to be so close. I feel like one big push is going to from Penn State is all they need left.
Yeah, and that was great special play there by Chark Attack, really holding the tower there right before they got the lead. And now we see JP here working their way up, trying to find picks with that curling bomb. Unable to do so, and they have specials, and they are moving up with Zuka. There's 1 down on the side of PS. 3 down, and Chark Attack really setting the tone here, moving their way up with only Obscure left. Let's see if they can get this push rolling.
Yeah, but of course a Trizuka from Obscure able to take out 2. But here's the thing, though, both teams are back to training, and I always noted this too. The team with the lead will definitely accept all the trades as much as possible. So again, if you're on the side of Penn State, you just need to find a coordinated push together. I'd love to see if they can get all the special farm up, play very patiently as much as they can, and find ways to get displaced Chark Attack. They also can't do this with, of course, multiple squids down. Penn State needs a push to happen, but they are getting taken out of the map very quickly here. Chark Attack is just going to focus on getting this tower pushed deep into Penn State's territory so that Penn State has a long route back. This is going to be a big push coming up here for Chark Attack.
That was a great double there by that Trizuka. Oh, and the Roller is getting picks here too. The Roller sees everyone. Unable to find the pick on Nova. Nova's going to retreat and use strikes. I say that right as Nova goes down, but they're moving they're moving the tower here, and Penn State is numbers even. Owens on the tower, gets picked off, and we put great double there by Corvidae.
Yeah, Corvidae needs to get this fine here onto Mask. Now, not much time left, but they did clear everybody out. But look at how far this tower is in deep into Penn State. They have to ride this tower all the way through, so multiple fights need to be won. What they got going for them is a Booyah Bomb and the Trip Strikes that are available. There's the Trip Strikes pretty much used to protect this tower, and now this tower's back to spin. Now they got to get to the other side of the map. JP is looming large. You gotta respect JP. JP's trades. JP trades, but the Trizuka gets the wipeout. Talk about a clutch finish. Well done, Chark Attack. They tied the setup 1-1, and I think that Trizuka got everybody out of the tower on top of it.
Yeah, that Trizuka just got a triple there. That solely won the game for Chark Attack. JP was able to clean up the last one, but what an amazing Zuka, which I believe that was Beard who had this shot?
I think it was. Yeah, and that's what I was wondering. Is I thought this push could still keep going. Again, JP was looming large. Look at all the paint that was there. They didn't paint that side of the map, but JP had nifty movement to keep themselves concealed, sharking at the very least. There, as the trip strikes were pretty much used to absolutely just build up the paint and make sure that they were able to find anybody. Yeah, that killer whale actually found JP. They knew where JP was the entire time, so now JP had to dodge killer whales, but so they had to keep an eye on it. JP was able to get the pick onto Corby. That's a sloshing machine out of the picture, and yeah, this Trizuka was raining. It took out one, and yeah, everybody just dead to the tower. That tower, that was like, if that Trizuka shot came out maybe a little bit later, that tower would have been telling a different story, but no. Yeah, both teams not up a one map set, and I think, as you mentioned, I think that might have been Beard with the clutch find.
Yeah, here, and I think that's a key for any sort of team working on an overtime push on like any sort of game mode. You have to watch those sharks, because that is the key. Like, if that killer whale did not see JP there, JP could have gotten a triple or even a quad and wiped the tower completely.
Oh, absolutely. Just really keep an eye on all the sharking opportunities that could happen at any moment, especially with the team that has the lead. JP was just running wild, really just running circles a bit around Penn State as much as possible. Both teams are going to be queuing up here. I think there were some substitutions that were being dished out. So we move on to all right, this is the map list that features the Eeltail Alley Rainmaker. This could be one of those maps that both teams are probably just trying to figure out what on earth are they going to do game plan wise in a very interesting map, to put it nicely.
Yeah, Eeltail is personally one of my favorite maps. I feel like it plays so differently compared to most of the other maps here in Splatoon 3.
And the funny thing too is, I personally like Eeltail. I always say this comment. I like commentating Eeltail because I think just the carnage about around is fun. I don't like playing it though. It drives me over the wall. So it's one of those treats where everybody gets to watch people that are struggling Eeltail, but because we're not the players playing it. So just think about it like that, everybody out there in the audience. Both teams are knotted up one map set. Again, a lot at stake here, but we'll touch on that in just a little bit here. But we're queuing up into Rainmaker. Both teams knotted up one map apiece. This mode specifically isn't too teammate focus if the Rainmaker is able to find any value. So I'd like to see what both teams dish out. What I do know so far, again, a huge weapon comp change. Nevertheless, both teams are dishing out Tri-Sloshers though, for sure. Specifically Trinivos.
Yeah, and you see Corvidae here on the Wiper Deco trying to use those beacons to constantly get back in and constantly apply pressure here on the side of PSU. And the pop goes to Chark Attack, and there's one down on the side of PSU, two down, and it is 3-2. Chark Attack has the favor here.
Yeah, Chark Attack is now just going to try to push up to the bridge, just down right away. I think they're just found by a rogue shot. Nevertheless, JP is just going off again. JP here on Chark Attack is just doing an absolutely great job. And now onto this Krakow Splat Roller. That's actually the flex change that they did. You know, they used the vanilla roller to take advantage of the bubbler as much as possible, and now they got the Kraken to build up the space. It's a great weapon change to note, and JP is still back to taking advantage. Now they can't push up to this first checkpoint quite yet. Upscare has to burn through those Trizuka shots, but it's two down on both sides. They can't move themselves up any further. Beard is just stuck there. Now Nikki has the Kraken. Can Nikki find anybody else? No, but this is gonna be patient play. This is gonna be a punish here. No, only able to get one of the punishes, but it's JP out, and this Rainmaker is still being held, and it will be Beard able to slam this one home.
And that was an amazing Rainmaker play there, waiting really patiently until they find the open opportunity. Not many people do that nowadays. It's all about rushing, but here you see them playing a lot more passively, able to get the checkpoint there, and now Chark Attack is holding mid control.
Yeah, and I'd like to see if Chark Attack is able to keep retaining that much control as much as they can. Of course, but of course, so I was about to note here is that Chark Attack is perfectly content holding on to this control, but not anymore. They've lost two, but also a bomb I think might have taken out another one, and that is a Trizuka shutdown, I believe. Beard went down holding the Trizuka there, and Nikki not able to find anybody there, is gonna have to unfortunately go down on the side. Near that corner, but Corvidae does pick up the Rainmaker, able to dodge themselves out of the Booyah Bomb, but they're losing so much support. Now everybody has to protect Corvidae as much as possible. They know the flanks are going to be looming large, and Corvidae just not able to get out of that just nicely. And again, this is gonna be Chark Attack once again trying to continue on their offense. They got a huge squid advantage right now with 2 down. Now that with that checkpoint down, now they should be able to keep pushing up ahead. With JP going down another should slow it down a little bit.
Ooh, and that was a great shot there by Beard, finding one. Numbers favor Chark Attack. It is 3-1, with Corvidae being the only one left. And they really need to push up here with numbers advantage, but they are playing pretty passively here, giving Penn State the opportunity to come back.
And Penn State had the opportunity to come back too because one of the members of Chark Attack, the Rainmaker holder went down. I think went down just a little bit off screen, so that's why the push got slowed down a little bit. But as you mentioned, it just gave Penn State enough time to work with, and even more so. That wipeout was nice. That wipeout was nice, and that will get Penn State pretty much setting themselves back up. I think we're gonna be content holding. No, actually, they're gonna pick up this Rainmaker, right? I was about to say they may be content trying to force paint there, but they gotta find JP. JP is able to take out Nova now. JP is going to be looming large. This is going to be the flank, and that is successful. JP stops Corvidae in their tracks, and now everybody else has gone down in a near instant. Chark Attack holds nicely.
Oh, and we see a Kraken off here. Oh, those are always fun to watch. JP's moving up, able to find the pick here on Corvidae, and now they have beacon control right into PSU's base, and actually, they're the only one left, finding a pick. Can they get any more? They're just looming behind, causing mayhem here. JP able to go down, and now Penn State is on the move. Oh!
A little bit of a misdirection, actually. Okay. I was gonna say that it may have interrupted your thoughts there, but I was noticing a little bit of misdirection. That actually is enough to get the checkpoint, and now this is getting a lot more tense. 2 members down on Chark Attack. 3 are supporting this push right now, but 2 even down. This is gonna be the lead change right there. Corvidae is able to take this Rainmaker over to the unnameable path, and this will be Chark Attack. They have to now win this fight. 50 seconds left to go on the clock, and they got this Rainmaker stuck in its pattern. Obscure moves up, but JP is down. Good chunk of their offense out of the picture. Chark Attack is gonna have to play patiently and look for those coordinated fights. Try to get multiple members out there. They did just that with the delayed triple. They are opting to reset the Rainmaker though back to mid.
Yeah, and speaking of correlated fights, they cleared that out very well. Able to find the pick on Trizuka on Nikki, and able to crunch Nova there. And now JP is on the move, doing JP things. Finds a pick here. And can they get any more? They're backing up smart with Kraken. 3 down on the side of Lone Rock with only Obscure. Oh my! Oh, okay. Whew. That was a triple. He's in disbelief himself. Oh my goodness! And that is going to be game there. Game 2 going. Well, game 3, sorry. Going to Lone Rock Sirens on an amazing triple there by Owen.
I was at a loss of words the same way you were. I had to process that real quick. I hope we get the replay on that amazing triple from the Trizuka. Was it Obscure, I think, on that Trizuka, by the way, that just fired that. Yeah, I hope we get the full replay of this because this was beautiful from start to finish. I'll break this one here real quick. So yeah, they're opting for the reset. This was where Chark Attack had the squid down advantage, but they had to build up the space. The good thing that Chark Attack had was that they cleared out the first checkpoint. You mentioned earlier, JP doing JP things with the Kraken and with the roller combination. But what was the big disturbing factor here? Where's Obscure out of this picture? The Booyah Bomb takes out 2. So they take out 2. Obscure was the only one alive. It takes 1 well-placed Trizuka shot, and all 3 of them are gone. That was a well-placed shot. The wipeout was there, and that was just an unfortunate way to lose the map if you're Chark Attack, but a beautiful way to win it, of course, if you're Penn State. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was the definition of a miracle play there. Chark Attack played that perfectly. They cleared out the front. They got 3 picks, and the only thing they had to figure out was where the shot was. Luckily for the shot, they had the special online, and they just made the miracle play. I'm sure they're going to be talking about that for weeks on end, because that was incredible.
I'm still gonna try to sit here and process that shot. We've seen already some great Trizuka shots that had just that were either game-winning shots at the end for their respective map modes, or just insane plays from the rollers and Krakens that are out there. I want to see how this proceeds on. We now gotta look forward. Penn State's up 2-1 here. Ship-shaped clams coming up again. You highlighted it earlier in the set here. Team coordination is going to be key here for this Penn State squad, and this is another mode specifically, not just ship-shape, but really clamblets, where teamwork is going to need to show right now for Penn State if they want to take this one.
Oh yeah, I agree entirely. I feel like for Chark Attack, they just need to regroup, work together as a team, play around JP, because they're finding the picks. It's just all about working together as a team, and on a mode like Clan Blitz, that is the key to victory here.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're gonna have to coordinate all your clams. Obviously, get that power clam spawned up here. Of course, today being Sunday, get the football available here, and and see if you can break that barrier there to get as many points. Now, this is ship shape, so with the fact we have Krakens available. Don't be surprised if both teams, Nikki on the 96 Gal Deco, JP on the Crack on Splat Roller, especially, I wouldn't be surprised if those are the picks here. Due to the infamous crack and jump strategies, could loom large, but I like to see if both teams even want to even think about approaching it with those particular specials in mind, as we're about to queue right in here. With this one,
Yeah.
Penn State and Chark Attack loading up for ship-shaped clams for this particular set. I take a look at the weapons here. Actually, I think that is the crack on Splat Roller. I think you're noting a few things, and yeah, both teams do have a Kraken.
Yeah, and you see the Sorella here on the side of Chark Attack. A very interesting pick here. I actually like it here, though, for Clan Bits. It allows you, especially pushing through the grates on the left side, gives plenty of opportunity on the side of Chark Attack to really push in with it.
And Penn State's dishing out the Splat Dualies there. They got a Crab available, and they can also skirmish around with the Splat Dualies if they choose to do so. So I actually like both teams' adjustments. But of course, the Krakens are available. I'm going to inevitably wait and see if the Kraken jump strats are going to be utilized or not. This is a perfect map to do so. Of course, we got the Trizuka being used. Dualies are going to find a few. There is a Kraken that's available, but of course, it's pretty much used to build up space and play defensively. Surprisingly, JP misses the rest of the members here, so they actually stay alive throughout all that. And just look at the clams that Penn State has gathered up. 25 clams, but no power clam available. They're just hoarding all of the clams until the poor Splat Dualian from Corvidae goes down. Now, where is the push if they even choose to find one? No, I think they're just going to opt to play defensively.
Yeah, and that's one of the keys here. That's definitely one way to play Clan Blitz, is to control clam economy, and you see Lone Rock Sirens is really playing that to their advantage. As I say that, however, numbers are still pretty even, and we are experiencing a neutral game while Nova pops strikes here, unable to find any picks. The 10th Umbrella is holding the right side, and it is pretty much at a stalemate at the moment. Everyone's trying to build specials here and get back in.
Now I'm eager to see if that strategy is going to get used. There is the crab tank that is available and the Trizuka. They're gonna pop both specials right away, and it is just going to be the reigning Trizuka. It actually takes out the crab tank if I'm not mistaken, and that is going to be that's just going to be 2 down. That poor power clam is going to be gone. Obscure is just trying to fire there. Either a point blank shot or something happened on that shot. That was a little interesting interaction there. Nevertheless, it is going to be Penn State losing the power clam, and now we're stuck into this neutral state here with 2 minutes to go. No push has started yet.
Yeah, I have no idea what that interaction was with that Zuka, but here we see Chark Attack moving their way up. As I say that, Nikki finds one, and the Kraken is online. And let's see if Nikki will use this Kraken here to push up, or if they will hold it for a potential push with Kraken.
Yeah. I think I'm so eager to see if they even want to use that Kraken. I know we've been highlighting it there a lot. There is a Kraken that's being popped. There's no power clubs. It's just used to build up the space and get everybody out of there. And that's actually not a bad usage of the Kraken, just to get more paint down for Penn State to work with. JP's gonna pop this Kraken here, but listen, this might be enough. This might be enough space if they want to choose to do so. Even more so with 3 members out of the picture, but they don't jump with the Kraken. This is going to be a little slow taken, but this actually could be a little bit of a misdirection push. They got the power clam going on the right hand side. Corvidae sees it right away, and now you're protecting with the 10 umbrella on that side. Trizuka is not able to find any. Corvidae cannot find the angles, and that will be the first push right away. Chark Attack strikes bait. That is 3 down though, and that's going to be a one and done push most likely, unless they're able to find the sticky push there. No, Chark Attack one and done is the only push they got, but that is the first score of the game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about with that umbrella there, pushing with the left side. If you don't have cover to fill with that's going to be a free and clam store every time. Unfortunately for Chark Attack, they were unable to find anything else besides that, and now Penn State is on their way to push towards their basket. Finding one pick here. Nikki has the Kraken online, electing to use it here. It looks like they are going to get Kraken cheese here. Finding one, finding two. There's a jump. There's one clam there, and They take the lead. Corvidae still has a ball. Are they going to score? Yes, they are. They're going to pop the crab. That is a whole bunch of points for the side of PSU, and they're still finding picks and working their way even further into Chark Attack's base.
Yeah, that's a huge push. Obscure gets another one, and now this push is starting to, went way out of control. Penn State, with that coordination, able to get a huge push in here, Jay. But now Chark Attack needs to farm all of the clans to keep keep that basket alive as much as possible. That is a huge push they just did. And even if the Kraken jump was even used, they had all the clan support in the world there, so it was just a nice little bonus at the end of it. Penn State, though, they just need to get all the control in the world. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, and you can still see here that Penn State is controlling the clan economy. Chark Attack does not have a single clan here with 30 seconds left. Oh, as I say, they take one, but Penn State is just holding the clan economy, holding mid, and making it really hard for Chark Attack to get back in. JP finding a pick here, and they still stay alive. And with one down on the side of PSU, let's see if they can make this last second push.
Yeah, I need to see if they can take this last second push here and see if they can even find that route in. I don't be surprised if they're just trying to farm for the special. They do have overtime in their favor. Nikki is trying to play distraction and is able to just take out all the members. There are actually only a few out of that picture where there is that Kraken that is available. The Kraken Splat Roller shut down.
The Kraken there.
They can't do the jump anymore, and now all of Penn State's able to collapse in on them. And yet, even if the cooler was available, that just lost so much time on the clock. And Penn State is up 3-1, not just match point, but this could be a second place finish in their respective group here in Div 3.
Yeah, and that was a huge slap there on that Kraken. Even though it probably wouldn't have done much, it still would have scored a basket and gave an opportunity for Chark Attack. But for Penn State to shut that down, that was an amazing play. Amazing awareness there to keep an eye on JP and deny him the ability to even pop the Kraken in the first place.
I think both of us were just eager to see when that Kraken jump was going to happen. I especially was, with the way that both teams were loading up. That pick on the JP, by the way, this is the Kraken from Nikki that is going to basically displace all the members out of the picture. I'd imagine that the strategy here was that JP was trying to farm up for the Kraken. I think they were even trying to pop Kraken, but that was such a clutch pick. If I'm not mistaken with how that interaction works, Nikki takes out JP with literally a few seconds to go. If it was a few seconds late, I think the Kraken would have been popped. That would literally a matter of seconds that just happened, and that Kraken was gone. And just an unbelievable clutch pick from Nikki to make that happen.
Yeah, and because Kraken has a few frames of startup, they were able to get it before they could fully pop it. If it was Splatoon 1 Kraken, however, they wouldn't have had that issue. So I'm sure Chark Attack was hoping that was Splatoon 1 Kraken, but it was actually Splatoon 3 Kraken, and it did not work out in their favor.
A little bit of a tune-up time there. Unfortunately, Krakens has just taken a lot more time with yours. Just aged a little bit. Just like now we gotta just tune up a little bit. I can't start as fast as I used to anymore. I'm gonna set the stage here, Jay, real quick. Penn State is 3-1 in the standings here. The team ahead of them is Life Could Bradley Dream, but at 3-2. If Penn State Lone Rock Sirens wins this one, they should secure second place and a playoff berth on the line. Chark Attack needs to win the next 3. If they do so, we have to evaluate the tiebreaker situation to confirm if they're in or not. But again, Chark Attack, it's basically just one map at a time. Penn State's just trying to seal this one home here in Manta Maria zones.
Yeah, and for Penn State, I would not count Chark Attack out just yet. I'm pretty sure they have proven to come back from deficits like these before in the past, if I remember correctly. So Penn State still needs to keep up their game. Chark Attack just needs to breathe, collect some air, and just play as a team like they have been doing before.
UNC Greensboro might try to ruin the entire Penn State party here, but if they win the next 3, look, I have to note that here. I feel a little out of place here in the booth, but basically Penn State is just trying to clinch a playoff berth here in Division 3. But of course, Chark Attack, you had mentioned before, don't count them out just yet. JP is still looming large, but JP is not in the lineup, so I'm actually going to be curious to see what they're cooking, to say the least. And it is just going to be a little bit more of a mix of mid to short range weapons there on the side of Chark Attack. On the other side of Penn State, they're going to go with the Flingza and the Neo Splash for the big changes.
Yeah, and I like to see that. I really like that Explo pick there. That is the only clear backline. That Explo should be having an opportunity to get plenty of picks here, or at least plenty of assists, because it's going to be really hard to reach him there. As you see him on the right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're just able to see them on the right there. But at that point though, they're just the control has been flipped. Only a minor lead change. This is a 2-zone map, so zones aren't gonna flip so easily. Penn State loses 2 right away, so we might be stuck into this neutral state, even more so a cap. Now, because this is a 2-zone map deep into mid, it might take a few fights for zone to be totally secured. You do see Soltab basically looming large with the things there. I'm gonna be curious to see if they want to pop those 10 missiles right away. Well, here's Mask on that Explo, able to see if they can find anybody else. But it is, again, Penn State just losing members one after the other. But the good thing that Penn State has going for them is that Chark Tech has not been able to cap zones quickly. So this has given Penn State a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, if there's one thing I like to point out about Manta zones is that this is basically just like trench warfare. You see here, we're a minute and 15 seconds in, and a team just got below 90. You barely see that in splat zones nowadays. And with all the specials online, Penn State is on the move here, despite being down in numbers. Nicky's Kraken able to find 2, and now we see numbers benefiting PSU. Finding another pick, and that is a wipeout on the side of PSU, and they are moving their way up. Getting into streets, and now they're trying to play lockout positions here.
Game-defining wipeout here, possibly unless Chark Attack is able to find the value here. But I think we're going to see a quick lead change here just about. Nope, we are not going to see a lead change until maybe 2 seconds later. Just trying to hold on me, basically, there. Thanks, Penn State. But that is the lead change, and now we got to see if Chark Attack is able to strike big. There's the Booyah Bomb, not able to find anybody. In fact, Nexus, I think, went down with the 10 missiles after they got caught out of the Booyah Bombs there. It is Beard that just went down, trying to find the opportunistic paint over it. Nikki is trying to use that Kraken to the best of their abilities, and it looks like both zones are going to be capped. It is going to be a few more points out of the board. Chark Attack still needs to find any sort of coordinated push. They're just painting over one zone after the other. They just have to find the openings there. If the Expo can find them from the back line, and it looks like they just, again, one of the other zones is just swinging the other side's favor. If Chark Attack, which they just did, cap it, it is going to enforce penalty, and Chark Attack just said that they got to get the penalty points out of them by themselves, but Nikki takes 2, and the points are back to neutral once again. Maybe a Penn State swap.
Yeah, and that was a great flank there by Nicky. Now having his Kraken online, he is going to camp this jump, find a pick, and now with 2 down on the side of Chark Attack, Penn State is on the move. 3 down. It's just the junior left trying to hold right alone with their bubble. And they jump out. That's a smart play there. Chark Attack needs to regroup, get specials here, and then push back in as a team.
Yeah, I need to see if this back line here from Chark Attack, the Explo, is able to get value. Again, the fact that Penn State's just able to help protect themselves and everybody's just forcing paint onto the zone is going to be key. Okay, so you said, 2 members from Penn State are deep. They're very deep in the Chark Attack's base. They're just wiped them out just like that. And that is bad news for Chark Attack. Penn State's going to be able to get out, is going to keep taking on those points remaining. If Chark Attack does not rush into the zone and force neutral, this is going to be Penn State likely looking at a KO. There's a Trizu that takes up the forward pro. That forward pro is down. That's the Booyah Bomb out of the picture. The Expo at least neutralizes the zone, but there's 3 down, and Penn State will punch their tickets to a playoff berth just now as they win the set 4-1 and therefore securing second place in their group.
Yeah, that was just incredible play there by Penn State towards the latter half of that match. Really working as a team, crunching anyone who was alone, and really taking advantage of Chark Attack because they were just coming in one by one. Penn State was just crunching every single one of them, pushing up as a team. That was amazing team play. And Penn State secures this set here, and now they are punching a ticket here into the postseason.
Yeah, this wipeout at the end, I think that just effectively sealed it. I think even with the force roll that just went down earlier, the only thing that Chark Attack could really just do is just try to rush in because those points were going to go down so fast. The good use of the trip strike to pretty much delay there by a few seconds. Yeah, just the lone Trizuka just catching someone, just catching the poor Forge Pro trying to use the ink rails was just a little unfortunate. But yeah, that's all the control in the world. The Expo at least did their part to try to neutralize zone and buy themselves some time. By the time that all happened, though, they've already lost half their team. And yeah, Penn State Lone Rock Sirens wins this one 4-1. And as I mentioned before, they will finish this set record 4-1, and nobody else can catch up to them at this point. So this will be the playoff berth sealed for Penn State Lone Rock Sirens. Well done for that group. And Chark Attack, I'm very sure are going to feel a little disappointed, but they've definitely fought very hard across all the maps.
Yeah, that was great play by both teams. An incredible match. And like I said, it was not a sweep. And both teams fought really hard, and it's just something to be proud of on both sides here.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we are about to get information here, but I'm gonna definitely wait to see if they do hit the button, to say the least. But hopefully they do follow a CCA tradition that I personally have loved since I think really the inception of the league itself. But honestly, Penn State this set looked really good so far. Again, JB was just running rampant for UNC Greensboro Chark attack, that is, but Penn State found ways to neutralize JP's impact as much as they can, despite JP just finding all the routes that across the first 5 maps of this set. But Obscure with clutch picks with that Trizuka in the Rainmaker, which just continued to steamroll it from there. And I gotta give a shout out to Nikki. Nikki played very well during the times they played the 96 scale Deca with that crack and just being able to build up space for Penn State. So honestly, Penn State just looked like they were on a mission to try to finish strong in their group.
Yeah, and it looks like here, per CCA tradition, we are going to be playing all 7.
Love it.
And it's just going to be a final. These next 2 games are just going to be for fun. They won't affect the score, but it's going to be great practice for both teams in the future.
I personally have always loved the whole CCA tradition stuff. Not a lot of teams want to finish off their set. They're just like, all right, we're done here. We're just gonna book it and go back to what we're doing. But everybody wants to get some practice in with this one, especially Sturgeon Tower Control. I will be able to speak words. I'm sure nobody heard that correctly there, but I'm gonna be curious to see what both teams want to do. Some teams would like to approach it with a meme mindset, but I think both teams just want to stick to what they know best, try to play it out like it is an actual 2 maps here. As we do see this Sturgeon Tower Control do play out, I think both teams are opting for a similar setup. One with the Sasha machine change, and of course JP's back in. Tri Nouveau is the change from Penn State as they go 2 down right away, make that 3.
Oh man, here, and Chark attack is striking. As I say that, Nova's able to find the double, goes down to JP, and JP is pushing this all by themselves as they go down. But Chark attack is still on the move, getting the tower past the first checkpoint. And let's see if they can take this any further.
I want to take a moment there to note that Obscure really just hated that big bubbler that was just in front of them, opting to, instead of ignoring the big bubbler, show the big bubbler who's boss and just take it out of the picture. I think there's probably a good reason for it, but I thought that was pretty amusing. No, Nikki! Unfortunately, when you're in that cracking form, you're pressing ZL one too many times and you fall underneath the bridge. We have caught that. That's a little unfortunate there for you, Nikki there. But yeah, Nova's able to build up the rest of that space for Penn State, and then Penn State's going to try to get a push and hopefully getting past the first checkpoint.
Yeah, we're just going to ignore that happened. that it wasn't real.
No.
As I say that though, we are numbers even as again Nikki is redeeming himself with two down on the side of Chark attack. He has Kraken online, electing to use it here, trying to push Beard back, trying to get this pick. They are able to get the pick after a little while, and they're did he not fall off?
Somebody look at Nikki's controller. Make sure that ZO button is not broken. That is, I think there were a few times that Nikki was just trying to get back into squid form, but of course, just over the grates. You're making us a little nervous here in the broadcast booth over here. I'm sure Jay's getting a little nervous just watching you nearly fall out of bounds there for a quick second. But yeah, Penn State is able to push themselves up, able to find the pick onto Beard very late into this one. And yeah, Nikki again on this crack and just trying to build up the same amount of space. We do get Mask throwing out the buoy bomb. Make sure that this push doesn't progress further. Trying to make sure that the push does progress further. Got the wrong side there, but it looks like that will not happen. Penn State does force the reset.
Well, I wouldn't speak too soon, however, because Chark attack is right back on it. They have someone on tower. JP is moving up, unable to find a pick there, but they have strikes. I think they can get the lead here. As they do, that is a lead there on the side of Chark attack.
Now the big thing to note is, are they able to retain this lead? Yes, you are playing on a for fun map 6, but it's always good. But you definitely want to try to finish this map strong. You don't want to be you don't want to continue to lose out more maps, even in a for fun set there, as we do get to see just this brawling that is being played out there. There's the jump. Somehow the punish wasn't there. In fact, the rollers in traded. That's gonna be a nice little win there for Penn State but nevertheless, so Chark is gonna be able to get this push. Only started out for about a few seconds before they got met with a Trizuka that was just right there in their face. And it looks like that will be the 3 down situation there. Penn State forces that reset, and they're gonna try to push again for themselves.
Yeah, and that's the thing about playoff sevens. I feel like even if the score sheet says 4-1, if Chark Attack wins these next two games, it's really 4-3 in their hearts. And I
Yeah.
like playing playoff sevens in that aspect just because it just boosts the morale a bit if you 4-3 them, even though if it's not really on the score sheet.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm pretty sure you've been in you've done a lot of playoff sevens, especially following up with the CCA tradition yourself there too in certain maps. I'd imagine though with the mindset that hey, you at least want to take all those maps, even if it is for fun and not going to be part of the stats sheet.
Oh
See
yeah,
what you can do with that. Yeah.
of course. And we see here that I believe this is Chark Attack on the move here. They are up numbers. JP has his bubble, and he is going to push up with it and taking control of key points here.
Yeah. Let's see if Shark Attack is able to expand more on their lead. This is a tower control map that here where getting more points on the board is going to be very nice for you anyway. Even if you do have that lead, they get an extra point, one measly point for their troubles, which is still going to be very nice, all things considered, because this is a map where you do have to route this tower close to those checkpoints. So, but for Chark Attack, I'd imagine the game plan here, just make sure this tower stays in Penn State's territory. Make sure they have to work hard to take the lead away from you.
Yeah, similar to the mode that Penn State lost in, which was tower control. It's such a slow-moving mode that if you keep it forward, it basically gives the other team a very hard time pushing back in. As I say that, however, Penn State is on the move with numbers advantage, and as well as specials online. Let's see if they can get this comeback here.
Yeah, this is the time for the comeback. They gotta push completely starved. Look at this Trizuka, a slimmer Trizuka that can find the value there, and it does do it again. It does it again. It's there, but Obscure's on the one of the tower because all of Chark Attack was spread out and pretty much eliminated. The Trizuka was not able to get Penn State fully off the tower anymore, and that will be Penn State. They win the map 6 of the set.
Yeah, and that is another tower control mode that has a lot of Zuka action flying back and forth, and Zuka basically almost decided that match there too. It just goes to show how valuable and how strong that special is here in the current meta.
Oh, absolutely, and yeah, the 3 down, that 3 down here from Chark Attack, as we take a look at the replay, Penn State basically just need to ride this tower deep in. Now, we've seen it before in the earlier tower control map where you got to try to that pretty much sealed it at the end, and that was the game-winning defense there. What happened to the rest of Chark Attack while I was focused on this Trizuka that took out 2 members? Oh, it was the Trizuka from the other side from Obscure. It was basically dueling Trizukas. One aimed at the tower to stop the push, but the other one took out the rest of the defense. At this point in time, the jumps were just spammed, and all you gotta do is just ride the tower to the end. So we could say the Trizuka pretty much almost decided the defense, but Obscure was just there to take out 2 with their own.
Yeah, and I really don't have much more to say to that. It's just the average Zuka moment.
I'm sure when we all face up Trizukas in actual competitive games or in solo queue and Anarchy, you're just like, oh great, here we go again. Where does the Zuka lottery? Where does the Zuka, find us? Like, oh yeah, it got 2 of us. That's the reason why we suddenly lost in a few quick moments there. And I'm sure everybody feels the exact same way. Map 7 for the record is going to be Undertow Spillway Rainmaker. Again, a for fun map 7 there. There, and I did get word from our producer there. Shout out to our producer. I think all the Penn State teams actually qualified for playoffs, if I heard that right.
Really?
So yeah, so hey, congratulations, Penn State. I think you're actually one of two universities if that I'm aware of. There might be a lot more that actually had all their teams qualify for playoffs. So that's actually a really neat thing to hear. That all the teams inside the university able to qualify for CCA playoffs. But again, I see Penn State all the time in the CCA playoffs. There's this to me, at least in my heart, this isn't much of a surprise, but it's still really nice to hear.
Well, hey, that's a good thing if you had all the Penn State teams winning in your fantasy brackets. I guess that's one positive way to look at it. Unfortunately for me, I only picked 2 out of the 3, but I'm sure there's people out there who picked all 3.
Now, of course, speaking as a person who has graduated from one of the colleges inside of the Big Ten Conference, I'm gonna clearly burn all of my university attire. I'm gonna look for all the Penn State gear that is anywhere near me. Clearly, I'm gonna be supporting for Penn State. That's clearly what that means for that university, even though that's gonna hurt me a little. Why is there all the Penn State takeover here in this block? No, I cannot accept this here.
We're just trying to make up for our football team. That's all.
Yeah, and I'm sure that might be a sore subject for you guys to know. Benson has for sure loaded. We're gonna bring up all the bad memories as much as you can on that front. We take a look at the weapons now, and this is gonna be a very aggressive comp from Chark Attack. Penn State Lone Rock Sirens going back to the Viper Deco. Basically, pretty much weapons we have seen so far in the set.
Yeah, both teams like to go very safe comps here to end it out. And as I say that, there's 3 down on the side of Chark Attack. PSU is going to easily grab this first checkpoint and potentially go even further.
Now, Penn State able to get that left checkpoint pretty handily actually, and I guess easily on top of it. Now Chark Attack just needs to be able to clamp down on defense. JP seems to be occupied by Corbiday on the other side of the fence, so that's gonna be one like route eliminated, and Nikki nearly snuck that one through.
That's a
triple wipe out for Chark Attack. Chark Attack is wiped out, and this could be the Penn State sealing the deal. No, they do not. They're right into the range of a splat bomb of all the subs to happen. They get found by a splat bomb, and they still can't slam it down. The 3 down situation.
Oh my goodness!
What is happening here in this final push?
I have no idea what that was, but Chark Attack has retaliated here, clearing out, and now they are going to try to make a push of their own.
I'm gonna need a few seconds to process that. I think we both need a few seconds to process that. That was carnage, I think, and that was the understatement of the year. That is indeed carnage right there. You almost, the wipeout, how do you still not slam that one home? The splat bomb of all things was clutch there, and that allowed Chark Attack sometimes to buy themselves some time. Effectively, though, Chark Attack, they have to get the KO to win this map now. So there's going to need to be some coordinated fights there that they need. But Obscure is going to have to say none of that. We didn't know your game until now. Those Trizuka shots have been very solid.
Yeah, and just the Trizuka shots in general on both teams, they were just on fire today, as you can clearly see. As one gets another pick, and another! It was 3? Oh, that was only 2. Oh, and... Okay, I'm just calling things out of the dark now. Just every Trizuka shot is hitting.
Well, okay, you did call the 3 there, Jay. They just decided to spite you and wait about a few seconds. They definitely heard you somewhere on that front. This is gonna be a 2 down on both sides. A late triple actually on Chark Attack, so that is gonna be the stop, I think, for Penn State there, unless Chark Attack is able to surprise them. JP barely gets Nikki
amazing
there.
pick.
Which is a very nice find, and that will be more members going out. Are they going to opt to save this Rainmaker? Yes, they do. And now they throw all the trip strikes out there. I think there's a flank that is waiting nearby. No, not quite yet. And the cooler's been dished up front. That Rainmaker should be here to the first checkpoint.
Yeah, and now that they have drinks online and a full team here, they can really rally this further.
Yeah, but are they able to do just that? Again, it's the first checkpoint. They have to just get the KO. They cannot be able to take lead otherwise, but they have to keep everybody up. It is a lot of members down. It's a full wipeout. Actually, it's a full wipeout. But they don't save the Rainmaker. Tragic way to lose the Rainmaker on that side with the Rainmaker resetting. And that will be JP still trying to reassert control. That just bought a lot of time for Penn State. And there's Nikki with the Kraken.
Yeah, and that completely threw Chark Attack out of whack there. They had a full push going there, and the Rainmaker just unluckily shuts them down. And speaking of shutting down, Nikki's Kraken is unable to find anyone, but he's able to use the main weapon to find a pick here. Moving up with Corvidae here on the right. Let's see if they can find anything else. Yeah, just pretty much some trades that are just happening left and right. Just pretty much typical Rainmaker shenanigans here in mid. So if I look at Chark Attacks, they got the roller. They do have a bubbler if they want to use it to help protect this Rainmaker routing, but they have to find some of the flanks to make it work. Now this is gonna be a little awkward to position the big bubbler there, but the drinks are gonna be very key if they can take advantage of it, but they keep trading members until then. But Nova is flanking. Nova just found a flank. Just Chark in right there and just played that one very patiently. And it is just going to slow down this Chark Attack offense. Chark Attack cannot afford to slow down any further. They got to get a push started at some point. But obviously they can't pick up this Rainmaker too early because of the timer the Rainmaker's in. Yeah, I like to know how Penn State's playing here. They are lucky not to grab the Rainmaker, even though they have the option to do so. They're just playing time here, knowing they have the big lead, and making Chark Attack come to them, essentially, with specials online and stuff, as Nikki accidentally grabs the Rainmaker and resets it entirely. Yeah, accidentally pin up the Rainmaker. I think we'll forgive you for that one. I did get the idea there with the Kraken trying to flow it to the other side. So here's the other thing to note, though. Actually, this might be okay for Penn State because if they opt to reset this Rainmaker, the Rainmaker bubble is gonna also reset
on top of it. So Chark Attack needs to start moving up. They lose the Tri-Slosher, and JP just went down, and I don't think there's gonna be enough squids able to rush down and pop this bubble. Is there even gonna be any OT to note here? I don't think there will be. Nope, there will definitely be not. And Penn State plays out the rest of the set with the 2 for fun maps, and they win both of them.
Yeah, and technically that is a 6-1 win there by Penn State.
Yes.
It's very unfortunate. Like, the only unfortunate part I'd like to note is stalling Rainmaker at mid can lead to, like, very boring playstyle. Even though it sucks, it's just that's the way that Rainmaker plays sometimes, and you just have to work your way around it there. Unfortunately for Chark Attack, they were unable to do so. As I see there, the Rainmaker has sat there for the last minute and a half, just sitting in mid.
And the interesting thing is, I actually don't think this was intended, but I think it unintentionally worked out. Was the accidental pick up the Rainmaker from Nikki actually did force the Rainmaker to reset, and I think they had to go back to its bubble. So that's extra work that Chark Attack needed to do anyway. Again, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but that was actually pretty slick there. And even so, Chark Attack was already two down on these last 5 seconds. At this point, they just didn't have enough power left in tank. Now, did the OT technically trigger there? No, they did. No, it did not. As I suspected. So Penn State will come home. The official record is 4-1. Of course, the for fun record here is 6-1 in general. But Penn State, all their teams secured a playoff berth, especially with this group. We get to see this group again here in the CCA playoffs. So hey, congratulations to Lone Rock, Sirens, and Chark Attack. Honestly, they had moments where they could have easily fought back in some of those matches, but it just did not pan out.
Yeah, that was just an amazing set by both teams. I think a couple of small plays, one different Trizuka shot, a couple of different things there, and that would have been a completely different game.
Yeah, for sure. And I did check the clock. We are actually coming up to the top of the hour, so we do probably need to get ourselves out of here as soon as possible. But so we're gonna go. I'll go ahead and sign us both off. Jay, thank you for being an excellent co-com partner for me. Where can the people find you?
Mainly just on Discord, or I do play on PSU Blue, so you will see me in the playoffs as well. So maybe look for me on another CCA stream, but instead of commentating, I'll be playing.
Yeah, and you can find me Twitch, Twitter, Kion2570, also Blue Sky on top of it as well. Twitter and Blue Sky, I just post nonsense. You can just see whatever I ramble about. Twitch, Splatoon, but also a bunch of variety. Smash the follow button if you want to follow me there. And also shoutouts to Vapor handling production here tonight as well. Ooh. Even though I am the weird one here who's not a Penn State student or alumni. I'll at least accept that fate. But Jay, thank you once again for being my co-com partner. I'm Kion saying thank you guys for watching this particular Dips Reset. We got more CCA action coming up after the break, so you don't want to miss a thing. Continue to watch as the next set will be coming up here shortly.